Welcome to the fitness world. Today, in this lecture, we will talk about the Asian Games as the biggest multi-sports game after the Olympic Games. The Asian Games is the most prestigious event organized by the Olympic Council of Asia. Introduction. The Asian Games follow the sports program of the Olympic Games with swimming and athletics as the core sports, as well as featuring disciplines which reflects the diverse sporting culture of the continent, such as Southeast Asia, Kabaddi, South Asia and Wushu, East Asia. The inaugural Asian Games took place in New Delhi in India, that is in 1951, with 11 countries competing in 6 sports. The 16th Asian Games in Guangzhou, China in 2010 featured 45 countries and regions competing in 42 sports, highlighting the growth of the Olympic movement in Asia. Asian Games. The Asian Games, also known as ASIAD, is a pan-continental multi-sport event held every 4 years among athletes from all over Asia. The Games were regulated by the Asian Games Federation AGF from the first Games in New Delhi, India until 1978 Games. Since the 1982 Games, they have been organized by the Olympic Council of Asia OCA after the breakup of Asian Games federations. The Games are recognized by the International Olympic Committee and are described as the second largest multi-sport event after the Olympic Games. Prior formation. Before the Asian Games were held, a gathering known as the Far Eastern Championship Games existed, which was first mooted in 1912 at a location set between the Empire of Japan, the Philippine Islands and China. The Far Eastern Games were first held in Manila in 1913 with 6 participating nations. 10 more Far Eastern Games were held until 1934 against the backdrop of the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1934 in the fact of Japan's insistence on including Manchu Empire as a competitor nation in the Games. China announced its withdrawal from partition. Consistently, the Far Eastern Games scheduled for 1938 were cancelled. The organization was ultimately discontinued. Now, let us have a look on the history of Asian Games. The idea of the Asian Games was first conceived by Professor G.D. Sondhi. The suggestion for holding the Asian Games was first made in a conference of Asian countries that was held in New Delhi in 1947. In Jawaharlal Nehru suggested that it be called Asian Games. First held as West Asian Games at New Delhi in 1934, in which India, Afghanistan, Palestine and Sri Lanka participated. In view of the enthusiasm, it was decided to hold these games once in 4 years at midpoint between the Olympics. However, these games were abandoned during World War II. It was Professor Gurudutt Sondhi, a member of IOC, who, encouraged by the sport lover Maharaja Yadvinder Singh of Patiala and supported by Pandit Nehru, tried to revive these games at the Asian Relations Conference, that is ARC, convened by Pandit Nehru at New Delhi in 1947. The Asian Athletic Federation was formed in 1948, which decided to hold the first athletic championship at New Delhi in 1949. However, the plan did not materialize. Again, in February 1949, the AAF met at New Delhi, where it was renamed as Asian Games Federation, AGF. The AGF, Asian Game Federation, then decided to rename the Asian Athletic Championship as Asiatic Games subsequently. Pandit Nehru suggested that these games be called Asian Games. The first president and secretary of AGF were Maharaja Yadvinder Singh of Patiala and Professor G.D. Sondhi respectively. Motto was Emblem and Torch of Asian Games. The AGF adopted Ever Onward, given by Pandit Nehru are the motto of Asian Games. The emblem is a bright full rising sun with interlocking rings. The Maharaja of Patiala, Yadvinder Singh, presented a torch and a flag for the first Asian Games, and since then they have been carried from country to country. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's message to the participants of the first Asian Games: play the game in the spirit of the game. Now let us have a look in the 1951 Asian Games. Since 1951, game serial, year, places, number of countries, number of sports, number of pair. In 1951, New Delhi from India. In 1954, Manila, Philippines. In 1958, Tokyo, Japan. In 1962, Jakarta, Indonesia. In 1966, Bangkok, Thailand. In 1970, Bangkok, Thailand. In 1974, Tehran, Iran. In 1978, Bangkok, Thailand. In 1982, New Delhi, India. In 1986, Seoul, South Korea. 1990, Beijing, China. 1994, Hiroshima, Japan. 1998, Bangkok, Thailand. 2002, Busan, South Korea. 2006, Doha. 2011, Guangzhou, China. In its history, 9 nations have hosted the Asian Games. 46 nations have participated in the game, including Israel, which was excluded from the games after the last participation in 1974. The last game was held in Incheon, South Korea from 19 September to 4th October 2014, while the next game to be held was in Jakarta, Palembang, Indonesia from 18th August to 2 September 2018. Formation of Asian Games. After World War II, a number of Asian countries become independent. Many of newly independent Asian countries desired the formation of a new type of competition, whereby Asian dominance was not expressed through violence, but instead strengthened through mutual understanding. During 1948 Summer Olympics in London, a conversation between sportsmen from China and Philippines raised the idea of restoring the Far Eastern Games. However, Gurudutt Sondhi, the Indian International Olympic Committee representative, did not believe that restoration of the Far Eastern Games would sufficiently display the spirit of unity and level of achievement taking place in Asian sports. As a result, he proposed to sports leaders the idea of having a wholly new competition which came to the Asian Games. This led to an agreement to form the Asian Athletic Federation. A preparatory committee was then set up to draft the charter for this new body. On 13th February 1949, the Asian Athletic Federation was formally inaugurated in New Delhi alongside the name Asian Games Federation, with New Delhi announced as the first host city of Asian Games, which were scheduled to be held in 1950. First Asian Games opening ceremony. That starting in 1962, the Games were hit by several crises. First, the host country Indonesia refused to permit the participation of Israel and Taiwan due to political and religious issues. As a result, the IOC removed its sponsorship of the Games and terminated Indonesia as one of the IOC members. The Asian Football Confederation, International Amateur Athletics Federation and International Weightlifting Federation also removed their recognition of the Games. In 1970, South Korea dropped its plan to host the Games. allegedly due to national security crisis. However, the main reason was due to financial crisis, forcing the previous host Thailand to administer the games again in Bangkok, using funds transferred from South Korea prior to the games. Japan was asked to host the games but declined due to Expo 70 in Osaka. This edition marked the first time the games have an television broadcasting throughout the world. In Tehran, in 1974, the games formally recognized the participation of China, North Korea and Mongolia. Israel was allowed to participate despite the opposition from Arab world, while Taiwan was permitted to continue taking part as Chinese Taipei, even though its status was abolished in general meeting on 16th of November 1973 by Games Federation. The last is 1978 Pakistan dropped its plan to host games in 1975 due to financial crisis and political issues. Thailand offered to help and the games were once again held in Bangkok. However, once again, like in 1962, Taiwan and Israel were refused the participation by Games Federation amid political issues and security fears. Several governing bodies protested against the ban, like IAAF threatened to bar the participating players from 1980 Summer Olympics. This caused several teams to withdraw prior to the games. Following this series of crises, the National Olympic Committee in Asia decided to revise the constitution of the Asian Games Federation. A new association named the Olympic Council of Asia was created in November 1981 with the exclusion of Israel. India was already scheduled to host in 1982 games and the OCA decided not to drop the old AGF timetable. The OCA formally supervised the games starting with 1986 Asian Games in South Korea. In the succeeding games, Taiwan was readmitted but was forced by the China to compete under the name Chinese Taipei. In 1994, the games included the former republics of Soviet Union, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan for the first time. It was also the first time that the games had been held outside the capital city of the host country. However, Iraq was suspended from the games due to the Persian Gulf War in 1990, while North Korea boycotted the games due to political issues. It was also marred by the death of Nepalese delegation Naresh Kumar Adhikari during the games opening ceremony. The 1998 games marked the fourth time the games had been held in Bangkok, Thailand. The first Asiad in New Delhi, India. The first Asian Games, originally scheduled for 1950, was postponed until March 1951 because of the delayed preparation. 489 athletes from Afghanistan, Burma, India, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Nepal, Philippines, Singapore, Sri Lanka and Thailand competed in athletics, aquatics, basketball, cycling, football and weightlifting in the 8-day games from 4th March 1951 to 12th March 1951. Japan placed first with 24 gold medals, 20 silver medals and 14 bronze medals, followed by India which collected 15 gold, 18 silver and 19 bronze medals. Japan had been barred from the London Olympics for initiating the Pacific War and was not invited to the founding meeting of AGF but was allowed to participate in the first Asian Games. The second Asiad in Manila, the Philippines. A total of 1280 athletes from 18 countries participated in 9-day games from 1st May 1954 to 10th May 1954. The 18 participating countries included Cambodia, Hong Kong, Korea, Malaysia, North Borneo and Vietnam. Of the 6 sports events of first Asian Games, cycling was dropped and boxing, shooting and wrestling were added to increase the number of sports to 8. Japan won the first place, garnering 38 gold, 36 silver and 24 bronze medal. The host country, the Philippines, won second place with 14 gold, 14 silver and 17 bronze medal, participating in Asian Games for the first time. Korea won third place with 8 gold, 6 silver and 5 bronze medals. The third Asiad in Tokyo, Japan. The 9-day third Asiad Games were held from 24th May 1958 to 2nd June 1958 with participation of 18-20 athletes from 20 countries who competed in 13 different sports consisting of 8 sports of the second Asiad and tennis, volleyball, table tennis, hockey and cycling. Japan again won the top place with 67 gold, 41 silver and 30 bronze medal, followed by Philippines which won 8 gold, 19 silver and 21 bronze medal. Korea dispatched a 156-man delegation to win third place with 8 gold, 19 silver and 12 bronze medals. Lee Chang-hung of Korea won the marathon race, the fourth Asiad in Jakarta, Indonesia. When the hosting country, Indonesia, opposed the participation of Chinese Taipei and Israel, the noble idea of peace and friendship of Asian Games was jeopardized. The IOC said that it would cancel its approval of the Jakarta Asian Games should the host country reject the two countries. The International Amateur Athletic Federation declared that unless the two countries were allowed to participate in the Jakarta Asiad, it would withdraw its approval of the games, and the athletes and their countries who participated would be disqualified as players and IAAF membership. President of the International Weightlifting Federation flew to Jakarta to warn them if the two countries were excluded from the games, the IWF would regard the games as an unofficial and only a friendship meet. As Indonesia insisted on the exclusion of the two countries, the IWF expelled the Indonesian Weightlifting Federation and decided not to hold the weightlifting event in Jakarta Asiad. Without the participation of Chinese Taipei and Israel, 16 countries with 1460 athletes competed in the 12-day Asian Games from 24th August 1962 to 5th August 1962. The 13 sports of the Games included badminton, which was played for the first time at the Games. Japan won first place with 73 gold, 56 silver and 23 bronze medals, followed by India, which collected 10 gold, 13 silver and 10 bronze medals. The fifth Asiad was in Bangkok, Thailand. 18 countries sent over 2,500 athletes and officials to the 5th Asian Games held between 9th to 20th December 1966 to compete in 14 different sports. Chinese Taipei and Israel returned to the Asian Games, and Korea dispatched a 275-man delegation to compete in all 14 sports. During this game in 1970, Japan again was the top winner, garnering 78 gold, 53 silver and 33 bronze medals. Korea won second place for the first time in Asian Games with 12 gold, 18 silver and 21 bronze medals. Thailand, the host country, placed third with 12 gold, 14 silver and 11 bronze medals. The sixth Asiad was in Bangkok, Thailand. After Korea gave up hosting rights for the 6th Asian Games because of the domestic reason, the 6th Asiad was held in Bangkok, Thailand with the financial support of Korea and a few other countries. For 12 days beginning 9 December 1970, over 2,400 athletes from 18 countries participated in the game, which featured 13 sports. Tennis and table tennis were not played, and yachting was included for the first time. Japan won 74 gold, 47 silver and 23 bronze medals to win first place. Korea won second place for the second consecutive games with 18 gold, 13 silver and 23 bronze medals. Korea's Cho Oh-reon won the 400 meter and 1500 meter freestyle. Swimming, Korea also won gold medal in men's high board diving and women's shot put. Thailand followed Korea with 9 gold, 17 silver and 13 bronze medal. The 7th Asiad in Tehran, Iran. The expulsion of Chinese Taipei and Israel again haunted the 7th Asian Games. About 10 months before the 7th Asiad, the AGF General Assembly on 16th November 1973 expelled Chinese Taipei and admitted the DPR Korea, Iran, the host country, despite the opposition of Arabic nations, allowed Israel to participate in Asian Games. Communist bloc nations such as the People's Republic of China, Mongolia and DPR Korea took part in Asian Games for the first time. Both Korea and DPR Korea competed in the Games. Arabic nations, DPR Korea, Pakistan and the People's Republic of China refused to compete in tennis, fencing, basketball and football matches with Israel. 25 countries sent 3010 athletes to compete in 16 sports at the 7th Asiad between 1 to 16th of September 1974. Japan again won the most medals, including 75 gold, 49 silver and 51 bronze medal. Iran came forward to place second with 36 gold, 28 silver and 17 bronze medal. The People's Republic of China, a newcomer, placed third, collecting 33 gold, 45 silver and 28 bronze medal. The 8th Asiad in Bangkok, Thailand. The 8th Asian Games, originally planned for Islamabad, Pakistan, was held in Bangkok, Thailand, as Pakistan gave up the rights to host the game because of domestic reasons, including the 8th Asiad. Thailand hosted 3 games. Israel was expelled from Asian Games and Syria was readmitted as a member of the Asian Games. United Arab Emirates, Bangladesh, Lebanon, Qatar and Saudi Arabia were newly admitted to Asian Games. The Bangkok Asian Games Organizing Committee suddenly proposed to use the name of Republic of Korea rather than Korea at the last minute, just before the opening ceremony. The organizing committee decided to continue to use the name Korea. 3842 athletes representing 25 countries compete in 19 different sports between 9th to 20th December 1978. Archery and bowling were new sports. Japan ranked first, collected 70 gold, 58 silver and 49 bronze medal. The People's Republic of China followed Japan with 51 gold, 20 silver and 45 bronze medal. Korea won third place, winning 18 gold, 20 silver and 31 bronze medal, and DPR Korea placed fourth with 15 gold, 13 silver and 15 bronze medal. The 9th Asiad in New Delhi, India. The 9th Asian Game in New Delhi, 19th November through 4th December 1982, was the first Asian Games under the council of the OCA, the AGF under whose jurisdiction the first 8 Asian Games had been held, dissolved to make way to the OCA. 4,595 athletes representing 33 countries competed in 21 sports. The number of the participating countries was greatest in Asian Games history. Handball, equestrian sports, rowing and golf were played for the first time in Asian Games history. Fencing and bowling were not included in the 21 events of the 9th Asiad. Garnering 61 gold, 51 silver and 41 bronze medal, the People's Republic of China replaced Japan, which won 57 gold, 52 silver and 44 bronze medal as the winner of the first place during the 9th Asiad Games. Korea placed third with 28 gold, 28 silver and 37 bronze medal, followed by DPR Korea with 17 gold, 19 silver and 20 bronze medal. Host of the 10th Asiad in 1986 and the 24th Olympiad in 1988. Korea participated in the 9th Asiad Games with a 406-man delegation and an observation team to study the facilities management and sports events. The 10th Asiad in Seoul, Korea. The 10th Asian Games was held in Seoul, Korea from September 20th to 5th October 1986 with 3,345 athletes. 755 were women from 27 countries and regions participating. There were 269 events in 25 sports with judo and Taekwondo as newly added sports. 83 Asian records and 3 world records were broken and 2 world records were equated. Attending the opening ceremony were the Korean President, the Japanese Prime Minister, the OCA President Sheikh Fahad Ali Sabha, the IOC President Juan Antonio Samarch, and officials from various international sports organizations. The 10th Asian Games to be held in Seoul, sports facilities, stadiums and gymnasiums were all constructed according to the requirements of the Olympic Games. China sent 385 athletes to participate in 20 sports and won 94 gold medals, holding sway over Asia for the second time. The Indian women athletics star P.T. Usha won 4 first, becoming the biggest winner of gold medals in athletics. Hamada Ahmed from Bahrain defeated his Japan opponent and won a gold medal in men 400-meter hurdle. Hong Kong bowling player Cheng Ju Hong won the first gold medal from Hong Kong in the history of the Asiad. Chinese gymnast Li Ning won 4 gold medals and silver medals, becoming the biggest winner of medals at the Games. The 11th Asiad in Beijing, China. The 11th Asian Games was held from September 22nd to 7th of October in 1990 in Beijing, the capital of China, with the motto Unity, Friendship and Progress. Participants were 4,655 athletes, from which 1,462 were women from 37 countries and regions. There were 308 events in 27 sports with softball, sepak, lacrosse, wushu, kabaddi and bowling as newly added sports, and baseball and soft tennis as demonstration sports. With the largest number of sports ever seen in the Asiad, the 11th Asian Games was the first large-scale international sports meet to be held in the history of China. 7 world records were bettered, 89 Asian records broken, 189 Asian Games records and 1 world record. 11 Asian records and 20 Asian Games records were equalled. The 12th Asiad in Hiroshima, Japan. The 12th Games in Hiroshima, with the participation of 6,828 athletes and officials from 42 NOCs, including 5 Central Asian countries, newly independent from the former Soviet Union and featuring 34 sports, broke the Beijing records and became the largest ever in the history of the Asian Games. Basically, the Asian Games host cities are, the Asian Games are currently hosted in even numbered years. The 2018 Games were originally planned to be held in Hanoi, Vietnam in 2019, but after they withdrew was awarded to Jakarta in Indonesia and brought back to 2018. It is expected that the following edition will revert to the planned cycle of the year after the Winter Olympics and World Cup. So, it will be held in 2023. So, this is all about the Asian Games, how Asian Games originated, who was behind the Asian Games, where the first Asian Games was started, and the most and the important thing to remember is that our country has a major role in starting this Asian Games and making other Asian countries to participate with us. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has contributed a lot along with Maharaja Patiala. Thank you. Have a nice day.